Hi guys, quick little video on you all know how much I love this portable bandsaw, Makita portable bandsaw. Absolutely lovely tool, loads of power, really versatile bit of kit. One thing I've always thought it lacked, and I'm not alone here, is a table. So I've decided to make one. I made the first one earlier in the year. I'll bring you down and go through the revisions and what I'm making now. Just to hold it in a better position, more stable when you're using it basically. We'll also go through how it fits and how you put it all together, and we'll go from there. I'll reposition the camera and bring you back. This is the first one that I made. Just basically steel bent into sort of a box. It's shaped for the saw, so you get the saw nice far at the front. I did quite a small base to start with. Obviously, me being right-handed, it's handy to shape with stuff over this side, which is why I did most of my sawing. Just basically bolted through using the standard foot, just with some longer bolts, 3mm longer bolts. It's nice and stiff. It's got an extra brace here, which is good and bad. I mean, it's difficult to get and clean the filings out from the saw, which is why I changed the design in the next one. One revision I did make, I made the table longer because I found it was quite tippy to start with, and put the feet right at the back. So it mounts there, and with a bracket at the back there that mounts to one of the holes on the saw, nice and square. You can adjust the angle a little bit by flexing the top plate. It's one of the reasons it's not really thick, so you've got a bit of flex. You can do, I think it's 5 degrees easily without stressing anything too much. Then Jason at Reeve Handmade Knives got hold of me. I'll put a picture of the one that I made him in, and he said, "Can you make me one?" And it's something I've been thinking about doing for a while. And so I said yes. They'll come in two different sizes. This is a standard size, which is 250 by 270 top. Still slightly offset until you go to the big one, but it's about the only time you can get them in the middle. The bigger one is 270 by 330, so it's a good size. It's basically a similar size to the Swag Off-Road one. It's all stainless steel, this one. It's a 3mm top, 2mm sides, 3mm brace there. I mean, this thing is solid. Still with the mount there, and a slightly modified mount here. We'll show you that when we put it all together. But yeah, all holes are countersunk. I may change the design on this somewhat. So this is the sort of first larger prototype. So I might go to 4mm on the top, or maybe bend the front down to give it a bit more stiffness. But having said that, it's plenty stiff enough really. It is solid. Saw mounts in there nicely, a lot easier than the previous models. We'll set the camera up again and we'll go through putting it together. All the tools you're going to need is the Allen key that comes with it, and a 10mm spanner. So it'll come all assembled. So just unscrew the front mount just a little bit. The back mount, take that one right out. Always supplying slightly shorter screws. The only ones I had at the time, and this one is actually threaded into the plate. Next thing, take your saw, let's do that right, and take the shoe that comes with it off. you'll see that the holes have been spaced out to the maximum amount of available space on the saw, so it gives it a wider, more stable platform on the saw. Sorry. Just loosely line up your bolts to the front and the back. That goes in there like that. Can be a little tricky this bit, but once you've done it, I mean, that can stay on there. That's the idea. It's made of the same thickness steel as stainless steel this is as the original one. So once it's on there, that's that. Here we go. We've got that caught. It's a bit of an adjustment there, so you can pull the saw in and out a little bit. I generally have it so it's nearer the back, so you've got more room for the chips to evacuate better. It is slightly offset as well to try and get the chips to, rather than go behind the wheel. As you tighten it up, it does move over just a slight bit. As you can see there. Hopefully you can see there. I'll give you a close up in a sec. So you'll see there, it's slightly offset. Just trying to get the chips out of the way. Don't really want them going behind all the wheels, so that does help quite a bit. You'll be surprised. Right. Basically, there's a little slot there which mounts on the front bolt, and there's a big washer. The thickness, the width of that will take the saw. Slide it in there. We'll take a side bracket off first. What about that one? Right, so slides in there. Take your other bolt. This one's threaded because it's right above the other bolt, so it'll be difficult getting that there. I wanted to use nuts for maximum durability rather than threads. You can always replace a nut, it's difficult to replace the threads. Just nip that one up, line your washer up, and get your final bolt and line that one up too. So I'll be giving shorter bolts with these with 9 nuts, so it's the chances of it coming undone are slim. 10mm spanner. Just check where your blade is. There we go, perfect. Snip that one out. That's basically the saw mounted. There's just one extra bracket at the back. You can use this one, or you might put it a bit closer on this side bracket. Come with a nylock nut and a plain nut, whichever you decide to use. It took me a while to find these M5s with a 5mm Allen key head. I managed to find them in the end. That one goes on there. Put the nut down. This has been perfectly sized to go all the way through nicely. Allen key again. There we go, use this one. Just cinch that one down. not too tight because it's going into aluminium. Just check the blade square, and that one is, then just tighten that last nut. I say it'll come with a nylock nut if you want to use that one. I don't really envisage it. I don't think it's going to come loose. Right, pull you back out a sec. So there we go. So once you, it's only about the third time I've tried this one together. Once you've used it a few times, in and out, it becomes really easy to get them in. Bring you in for a few close-up shots in a sec. But yeah, the blade's slightly offset. Try and get the chips out the way. Picture of that under there. So a nice big wide washer. With engine turn under there just for shits and giggles. Just the one brace. It doesn't really need that, but I'll put it in there just to be on the safe side. Corners will be nicely rounded or left square, however you see fit. It's 3/4 MDF. It's had it's got a plastic coating on it. I just rake the corners and just use a waterproof exterior grade varnish on it, so it's nice and tough. All stainless steel hardware. It's all, this is 304 grade and this is 306 at the top. 316, sorry. They were out of stock of the 304, so they upgraded the material for me for free. So yeah, turns a really nice saw into a really handy bench mounted saw. So here's a brilliant bit of kit, as you've probably seen on my other videos. It's nice and stable. This, it's one of the reasons it's wider at the back. So it's, as you're pushing on it, it doesn't tip. It's really handy design. So the two sizes, and I'm working on a quick release version that will be slide in and there'll be just one hand nut and that'll be it. But that's just going to bump the price up because we're going to use quite a thicker material to counteract only having the one bolt. We'll see how we go with that. I mean, in the process I've got some more stainless down there, so that possibly to come in the future. But if you buy a decent blade, I mean, I use the Morse blades. They just last. It's not as if you're going to want to be taking it out all the time and undo 3 bolts or 4 bolts, and you've got a saw to use. That's one reason I changed the foot, made a bigger foot. It's a lot more stable when you're cutting other stuff, and it makes this stable. Makes it a little bit lighter, not using the really thick materials, and yeah, so it turns an excellent saw into a really good tool. Really gives it a lot more flexibility. Yeah, I wouldn't be without one. Right guys, have a good one.